What is up, Aries? Welcome to your monthly horoscope for October 2020. There is a lot to talk about this month. We're going to start with a recap of last month transits. So let's start with Mars retrograde, a huge deal for all of the signs, but especially for Aries. Not only because it's your ruler planet, but at the moment, Mars is transiting your first house and has been in your sign for around 3 months. It moved to Aries on the 29th of June, and he's going to be there till January the 7th, 2021. This only happens every 2 years, and it is a good thing because, as you may have noticed already, you felt like you had a lot of energy this season. Mars in Aries is passion, it gives you a lot of energy, a lot of desire to go out and do things and work in your projects. Whatever you're passionate about, let's say you're into fitness or any other stuff, you were really enthusiastic about those things. The problem is that with all of the stay-at-home orders, this just created a lot of tension, stress. A lot of you probably went out anyways because this Mars in Aries can be really hard to control. Some of you were using this energy in a different way, and I hope that's your case. You have a lot of planets in Capricorn, and you have Uranus in your second house of resources and material things. So this means that it was a good moment for starting a new endeavor, a new career. But having Mars in retrograde right now is definitely not a good moment for start anything new. Don't try to push things at this time. Mars doesn't like to be retro, and a lot of you can feel impulsive during this time. You're also going to feel an urge to do things in an impulsive way. Please don't. The problem with Mars retro is that it doesn't have the right energy for creating and moving forward. The right time to start new things is when the planet is in direct motion. My advice is try to stay calm until November the 13th. What you can do during this retrograde is take care of yourself, be as calm as you possibly can. You can try to find different techniques to achieve this, like yoga, meditation, etc. Finally, don't contact your exes, don't try to fix relationships of any kind, and be patient with your loved ones. This one is going to be a challenge, and we'll talk about that a bit later. Let's get started with the transits for this month of October 2020. On October the 1st, we're going to have a full moon in Aries. This is a harvest full moon. We're going to receive the reward for our good work during this past year. Also, this means that you will receive the recognition for that great job. And as an Aries, you will love that attention. This is also a complete cycle, which means that there are some things that doesn't serve you anymore and you need to let them go. If you get too emotional during this period, pay attention to what kind of situation is making you feel like this and realize that maybe you didn't work on this particular situation, or maybe it's just time to let that go. On October the 2nd, Venus will be in Virgo, and as we talked in the first part of the video, with Mars in retrograde, you should focus more in your personal health and the spirit of the year. But also, this could mean that with Venus looking for pleasure in your sixth house, and with all the stress in the other aspects, you could find yourself eating a lot of pleasure foods, looking for instant relief that could make you abuse of alcohol or even drugs. It could trigger those negative habits that all of us have. And of course, we need to be aware of those things. And the positive side of this placement in your daily routine and job, you could be involved in some sort of relationship at the workplace. Some people at your workplace could find you attractive in a romantic way, and this could bring some sort of short affairs that could be good if you're not in a committed relationship right now. On the other hand, I'm not gonna lie, this month looks pretty intense, so that also could bring some ego conflicts at the workplace. As you may have noticed, this year has a lot to do with career matters for you, Aries. Some of you maybe lost their jobs due to the current situation. Other ones were forced to make a pause in their daily routines and restructuring their lives. This gave you the opportunity to reevaluate what you wanted to do with your life and career. Pluto direct and all of the other planets, Jupiter and Saturn in your career sector, especially Pluto, that is the planet of transformation, are going to change your career sector. Even if you remain in the same job, you probably are going to be working from home, for example. My advice for all of you guys is well till November the 13th to start making changes in your career sector. In the meantime, think about what you want to do with it. If you started a project already, keep going, but don't try to push changes till November. The next aspect is the Mercury retrograde. Everyone who's into astrology has heard about Mercury retrograde this month. We'll have Mercury retro in the 8th house, and at the same time, we're going to have Mars retro. So, the combination of these planets are going to be a challenge for the most of you. And I'm sorry that this month is going to be a little bit complicated for you guys, but at least you know what you can do about all of these placements, and that way you can go smoother and don't make mistakes that you could regret later on. Why am I saying this? Well, because anger, frustration, high emotions, and the inability to express all of those feelings correctly can hurt the people around you. And you maybe want to fix things, but it's not going to go the way that you expected. The Sun will enter Scorpio on the 22nd of the month, putting a lot of emphasis in the 8th house, which rules transformation, and with Mercury sharing that house too, you will find new ways to communicate it. Not say that your new career could be connected with some sort of communication, or you could be going back to school because Mercury also rules learning. Not everything could be bad this month. I feel like Venus and Virgo for you, Aries, means that you're going to receive the rewards for your hard work. There is a big percent of you who were working on some sort of project, and that's going to start to pay off. Also, this month, we have a lot of trines with Venus and the planets in your 10th house in your career sector. I really feel that some of you, especially with Venus making a trine with Uranus in your house of money and material resources, and the full moon in Taurus at the end of the month, you could be receiving unexpected money. Maybe you were working on this endeavor or this hobby, and you never really thought that you would be receiving money for it, or not this fast. Well, finally, that hard work is going to be recognized, especially monetarily, which is great news. Now let's look at the new moon in Libra. There is going to be a lot of squares in Libra Mars opposition. Oppositions and squares are the most intense aspects, the most challenging aspects in astrology. This means that relationships and marriages and other type of partnerships like business associations are going to be challenged during this month. I already said this, but there is a huge possibility that you will have some sort of fiery affair with coworkers. This could totally go the other way and be more like ego battles at the workplace. This career change that you're going to be experiencing with all of the planets in your 10th house maybe will show you that your relationship is not going to let you move forward with your soul path. And you're going to have to make a choice between your relationship and your career. Obviously, it's up to you guys if you're willing to work these challenges out and overcome them, and your partner has to be part of this too. It's not only your choice. Anyways, for the people who are married and have a family, I think it's always important to give it a try, to stick together and grow as a couple if possible. But we know that everything, even relationships, have a lifespan, and sometimes we have different pathways. Wow, I can really feel the tension just talking about these aspects. Finally, we have the full moon in Taurus, which is not just a full moon. This one is called blue moon because it's the second full moon in the same month, which is not usual, and that will be on October 31st, making it even more mystical. You know, we have Halloween, the Dia de los Muertos. Next day is really a magical date. If you follow some sort of a spiritual, mystical philosophy, this would be a great day for connecting with God, with angels, or any other type of entries. And I'm just going to leave it like that for now. In the other hand, this moon could bring you some unexpected money coming your way because at the beginning of the month we had the full moon in Aries and it's called a harvest moon, which has a lot to do with receiving the reward or the recognition for your hard work. This last one at the end of the month, I feel like has to do has a lot to do with material things, so be aware of an unexpected cash flow coming your way. Well, this is it for this month. Remember to be as cool headed as possible. Your temperament is going to be challenged this month. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and activate all the notifications so you don't miss anything. See you later.